The great thing about ReportsAI at this stage is that this is a collaborative platform. So meaning if I have a whole team in Tanzania and a team in Malawi, and they all need to share that kind of knowledge, I can do that. If I need to segregate knowledge to Tanzania and segregate some knowledge to Malawi, I can also do that. I can create workspaces and create different knowledge bases that will be specific to countries, but I can also have some knowledge that is just generic to anybody using the platform. Now, this is the knowledge base that we're going to be leveraging in today's demo. Okay, so a last bit that I want to show you is our chatbot. So ReportsAI is meant to bring that capacity. So AI capacity to local organizations, regardless of what they're trying to do, but allow them to exploit their data in a secure, secluded environment that would allow them to exploit all sort of like AI capabilities to do the different tasks that they want to do. So this chatbot of ReportsAI right here allows you to do anything you would do in a normal chatbot, right? If you've been using any models, right here, the system gives you access to like a lot of different models, Gemini models, Anthropic Cloud models, OpenAI models, Mistral, whichever model works for you. At the same time, all these models share the same memory and the same context. So you can, for example, if you think for one job that you like Claude, what Claude does, and for another job you want GPT, you can just switch models and the systems will be able to like work together. So anything you would usually do in like a normal environment, leveraging AI, you can do it in ReportsAI, but then you have access to like all these models centralized in one workspace. At the same time, you can use it to generate all sorts of like outputs, like documents, spreadsheets, but we'll get into that in a bit. So for the sake of today's demo, what we're going to do is we're going to pick the exact knowledge base that I've shown you, so which is Saveverse Program Kenya, that contains like the annual reports and the log frames for last year. And then we're going to just tell the system that we're going to, I usually like to start by saying, hey chat, but I'm gonna make an economy of that. So we're going to extend this program over this year. So based on the data, could you help me draft a program plan and a log frame for this year? So you can do things like that. So this system can allow you to exploit all the knowledge. Imagine right now I have a few documents in it, right? But imagine if you had like reports and everything else that were collected over the course of like 5 years. The system is still able to like help you exploit all that knowledge. And the great thing about the chatbot here is like it's always going to be based on the sources. So it's going to give you where it's fetching, which like if it gives you some ideas, it's going to tell you exactly where to find that, where I got this information from, and why I'm basing this assumption on that. And it can allow you to generate all sort of outputs. Like I said, this is surely going to do a document. Then after this, we can even generate like a results framework from it, or like a work plan if we wanted to in a spreadsheet. But I'll show you quickly how that looks.
Mm.
Any questions so far? I can't really see the chat. Yeah, go ahead.
I think what's so awesome about this is that, like, in practice, kind of the way things are done in the old way, so often like the learnings from past programs and all the other past annual reports you've done with all these past learnings, etc., aren't really being actually utilized to plan future programs. So like you've got all of these learnings that happen, but then they end up just stored in folders. Like maybe they're in a SharePoint, but they're not really being leveraged to actually like learn as an organization and improve your programs for the future. So if you can use this chatbot here to reference all of that past data, then you are leveraging those past learnings or policy documents or anything like that to actually then help you plan your future programs. So you can tell how like they're called knowledge bases because it's like knowledge. It's almost like your institutional knowledge. You're actually leveraging that institutional knowledge and learning to plan future programs, which that's a really, really powerful part of the tool.
As you can see now, right now, the system is drafting based on the knowledge that it has access to. As you can see, telling you basically what it's doing, and then drafting here for me a program plan and a log frame that I can now exploit. This is a doc that you can share with anybody.
Yep. I have a question.
Yes, please go ahead.
In terms of developing log frame from scratch, if you have a proposal document and you haven't started developing your log frame, can it help you do that from scratch?
Oh yeah, 100%, 100%. You could just like, that's exactly some of the things that this system is made for, right? You can just create a new conversation, pick that document from scratch from here. Let's say you have like is it gonna be like a PDF or a docx? Something like that, right? A document that you have, a proposal. You can just pick your proposal from your computer here and tell the system to help you draft. Yeah, you can do that. You could do that.
Yes.
So what today's workshop is all about: planning, then organizing, then improving, and then communicating your programs. So what Mohammed's just shown you there is how the platform allows you to plan your programs. So then now we're going to get into Organize. So Mohammed shared that doc with me, so I've got that log frame, and how you then stay on top of all of your different programs and reports within ReportsAI is via my report project. So it's just under reporting here. So where Mohammed is in this chatbot at the top. he was referencing some knowledge bases, which you see down the bottom. But the real kind of like main part of the platform is underneath reporting, where you can either just generate a report, which means you're just doing something instantly on the fly. But my report projects is where you kind of plan, organize, and stay on top of your report projects and your programs. So that's where we're going to be for this part, which is the organize part. So if I come to here, you can see like other projects that I've worked on, but I want to create a new one, and that's for the Safe Burst program going forward. So I click that big blue button up there, create a new report project, and I'm just going to give it a name. And I'm going to call it 2027. This. Okay. And I'm just going to make this due next year. Let's say end of Q1. And now with this part, reporting documentation, this is where we can give the platform context of what this particular report project and program is about. And in terms of giving it context, like what would be really useful is that document that Mohammed just sent to me, because that document had the plans for this program and the log frame in it. So you can see how that would be very useful to give the platform context of what this program is about. So what I'm going to do here is select log frame, and I'm going to pick that file that Mohammed sent me. And I'm adding that to the project. So now the project has context of what this program is about. And then access and visibility, I can just make it public. That's just public to my platform, so the users are in my platform, and then I create it. Created. Cool. So we now have that report project created. So you can see that you get this lovely dashboard here where you can see how many days until the next report is due. You see the project title. You'll be able to see tasks once they get created. And you can see the complementary doc is that Safe Burst log frame. So that complementary doc is almost like the reference point for this project, and it's giving the platform context of what this is about. Any data that gets collected within this project will get referenced back against that log frame. So it's almost like to give the platform context, but also to act as the reference point. And each one of these report projects, you can think of it like a folder or a container for all of the information that's relevant to this particular project. So we can now collect data within this project, but we can also plan the program here. So we can plan by creating tasks. So this is really how you stay on top of and organize the implementation of the program and collecting the data to generate your report. So if I jump to tasks, I'm just going to create some new tasks. So you can create tasks manually, so you just click create a task. But what's really great about this tool is that because it uses AI in so many parts, you can actually just upload a document and extract the tasks from there. So if you have like a task list or a work plan, you can just upload that and the tool will extract the tasks for you just to save you time. So I'm going to extract from an existing document because I created a task list already for this. So I just upload that, proceed, and now it's going to extract the tasks for me. Cool. So yep, it's extracted those few tasks, which are basically tasks to upload the relevant data from that particular program, which is then going to be used to generate the report. Then we create those tasks. Cool. So as easy as that, we've got 3 tasks there. So then people know what they need to stay on top of. If we go back to the overview, just refresh, you see we've now got 3 tasks and none have been completed yet. So we can see the status, 0 out of 3 tasks have been completed so far. So this is how we're organizing and staying on top of this particular report project. So, okay, I've got these 3 tasks, so I'm going to show you how I complete them. And just for clarification, that you can set these kind of tasks to either people within your platform, or you can set them even to people external from your platform. You can just put in their email. They'll get an email, which will then, the link will take them into this task to upload the data. So you don't have to upload the data yourself, but you can either create tasks to organize yourself uploading the data, or you can assign those tasks to external people or people within your platform. So when someone comes into the task, this is what it looks like. So it's telling them what's required of them. And then if you click submit data to complete, this is where you can upload any file type. This is where you're uploading the data that's needed for that particular task. So I already have the data. So this one's for the facility data. That data is now attached to this task. So what I can do is I can now mark the task as complete. And what happens is an automatic task evaluation kicks in. So essentially what's happening here is that our AI tool is looking at what was requested from the task and then looking at what was uploaded and seeing, okay, does this really complete this task? And also, are there any things that we should flag within the data, anything that should be checked? So you'll see here, community. Okay, so already I've made a mistake. So I uploaded the wrong data to this task. So it's actually already flagging that for me. So that you catch out these kind of mistakes very easily within this platform because it's flagged that this is the incorrect data attached to this particular task. So I can then just correct that. And like for us, when we're trying to ensure people's report qualities are high, one of the biggest factors of the quality of your report is the data that actually went into it. So we need to try and ensure that your data quality is strong enough to generate a strong report. So this kind of evaluation that happens is to ensure that your data quality is good enough. So that's the kind of feedback it will give you. But then it will also catch out errors. Like just then, obviously, I had uploaded the wrong file to the task. So then it's saying, okay, this looks like the incorrect doc. But then it also catch out other things. So look, it's noting like the mismatch in dates, like data latency, and it's giving you some suggested next steps of things that you should perhaps confirm before you confirm that everything's like correct before completing this task. So
yeah, I think thanks for this demo. It's really interesting. I think that it's definitely relevant. I think most, if not all, of the challenges that you mentioned here, they are very common to lots of projects, regardless of the capacity and knowledge of people. There are mistakes that can happen. I think I really find it useful to, that functionality. The moment that the system flagged the inconsistencies, the use of the wrong data. I think there's a lot of that actually causes a lot of back and forth between different program managers or M&E managers when reviewing reports and the data, because sometimes we're just managing projects and tasks like here, because sometimes maybe there are mistakes and there's things that are overlooked. So that's really useful if it can be addressed automatically by the system, especially when capacity is reduced.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, thanks for that, Giancarlo, because that's the thing we're trying to solve with this automatic data quality check, is usually that back and forth that normally happens where like somebody receives something by email, they then have to take their time to review it personally, then they find mistakes, then they have to go back to the person that sent it to them. And when people are working on different time zones, different geographies, that back and forth can become quite a long time. So
that can become easily 3 or 4 days.
Yeah, exactly.
Working days.
Yeah, for sure. What I've been trying to show you in this part is the Organise. So we did plan, now we've been doing Organise. So you're trying to stay on top of this particular program and this report that's related to it. So we're talking about this narrative progress report. So we knew that we needed this kind of data from our teams. So we've organized the tasks, we've requested the data, we've uploaded the data, we've checked the data quality, confirmed the data quality. And so that all of that has all been about just staying on top of and organizing this program. But now the next part I want to touch on is how do you improve? So an important part of this platform is trying to improve program implementation during implementation, rather than kind of looking back at programs with like a 3-month lag, is that you can hopefully look at them in closer to real time and improve in real time. So what's really great is that as we've uploaded all of this data, this chatbot at the side here now has access to all of the data within this particular report project. So it can give you contextualized feedback about this particular project. So if you're interested, just ask questions like what's the current progress of this program, you could ask things like that, but you can also ask how you can improve the report. So I can say, what data should we add to? So you've always got access to this kind of AI helper at the side that has context of what this is about and all of the data within it. So it can give you that kind of contextualized feedback on how you can improve. So you can ask it things about how you can actually improve the program implementation itself, and it can kind of flag things from the data. Or you can ask it, okay, what other data can I collect to improve the quality of my report output? And it can also give you that kind of feedback. And you, again, just like before, you can switch between different models. So that's really powerful. You don't just have to use Gemini, you can switch between them. So let's see. Cool. There you go. So here's my first draft created within the platform. I'll just give you a quick look at that. You see it gives you like super nice layout. If you're saying earlier again, like if you want to communicate the impact of your programs, then you might want to communicate in various different mediums. You might like to communicate via reports, but then you might like to communicate via presentation decks or dashboards, even podcasts, that you can generate all of these different ones from this report project.